Hi everyone. Thanks for coming to ETHMilan. There's a lot of conferences going on in Asia, so appreciate everyone who came from far away. So I'm Fran, I'm one of the founders at Superfluid, and at Superfluid we recently built a new product. It's a decentralized exchange. It's a streaming exchange. I'm going to explain a bit what that means and why we think it's useful and valuable and cool to have. So what the fuck is a streaming exchange? Well, first off, what is streaming? So at Superfluid, we are the protocol for money streaming. I'll explain very quickly what that means. So Superfluid is a protocol that's on chain that allows you to get paid every second. So imagine that money, instead of old school coins, worked more like water. So it moves fluidly, right? It just keeps flowing. Imagine you open a tap and the money just moves out, right? That's what Superfluid allows you to do. So it allows money to move fluidly on chain without any gas costs, right? So you make one transaction, which is like opening the tap, and then the money starts flowing. What else can you do with Superfluid? Well, apart from sending money from one account to another, you can also do distributions. Distributions are a really cool technology where I could basically send everyone here money with one transaction. And this is very important for super boring. I'll explain why later. And it's also a very programmable protocol. So if you think of anything that could be built using streaming, it can probably turn into a on-chain application as well. And that's what super boring is. So using super boring, built on top of Superfluid, we allow you to invest every second. So that's what a streaming DEX is, right? So it's a DEX that allows you to invest over time. So I'm sure you've all used Uniswap, right? You go to Uniswap, you send 100 USDC and you get some Ether. Using super boring, you stream the USDC and over time you receive the Ether. So it's a slower, more boring way of exchanging. And it happens over time. So obvious question, why, right? Like obviously Uniswap works very well. Everybody's used it. It does the job. You get the tokens. However, it's not the best place if you want to actually build a position over time. And that's because you suck as a trader. If you're using Uniswap, you're probably leaving money on the table. You're losing money. And why is that? Well, first off, for psychological reasons, everybody's buying at the wrong time, and that's not your fault. It's just how human brains work, right? Now, maybe you're the best trader in the world and you're always buying at the right time. Very unlikely. Most people buy at the wrong time because there's no way to time the market. And the solution for that that's been talked about a million times is dollar cost averaging. So dollar cost averaging is the strategy where you give yourself a discipline and you just say, I'm going to buy $100 a day, a month, a week, and then you just stick to that, right? So every day, every month, or every week, you go and you buy $100 of Ether or Bitcoin. And this is good because it eliminates your kind of arbitrary deciding, right? So you're no longer thinking, is the price good now? Should I wait? You just buy. It's good, but you still lose every single time you trade. And the reason for that is that markets are rigged, right? When you're trading on chain, you're trading against professionals, and when you trade against professionals, they win, you lose. There's also worse things, right? There's sandwich bots, there's all sorts of MEV risks, and what that basically means is somebody will front run your trade, move the market just before and just after you traded, and they take money from you, right? So professionals are running bots that are trading against you and taking part of your profits every time you trade. And this means that even if you're disciplined and you're always buying at a fixed rate, you're still losing on every trade. So what can we do about this? Well, we need to avoid slippage. Slippage is basically the way that sandwich bots use to steal your money. They move the price, and then your price, as soon as you come in, slips down, and you get a worse price execution than you were expecting. And this, again, it's because of on-chain trading being rigged, and it's because the trades are executed sequentially, which means a sandwich bot executes their trade before you and after you, right? And because they're able to move the price just before and just after, you lose money. The way Superboring solves this, it's by not making the trade sequential. With Superboring, trades happen at the same time. So Superboring is the most powerful DCA exchange. A lot of DCA products exist, but all they do is go to the market, and again, you're going to lose every time. Superboring doesn't hit the market. Instead of taking market price, it makes market price, and that makes a huge difference on chain. So it uses a technology called Torex, which is a time-weighted Oracle exchange. So if anybody's ever heard of a TWAP price, it's basically a time-weighted price, which basically means it's the average price over time of an asset. Now, luckily, this is available on chain using Uniswap. So Uniswap provides us a price, which is basically the average over time. And this allows us to basically avoid buying the top or the bottom. We buy all the time. So why do we use streaming for this? Well, streaming effectively makes everything simpler. And that's because it enables us to aggregate orders over time. Streaming is all about moving funds over time. So we aggregate them, and they flow continuously, which allows us to buy every single price. And it gives users a very cool feature, which is that until the money is in the exchange, it's in their wallet. So unlike a lot of DeFi products where you have to put funds inside the product, with Superboring, with Superfluid, you stream the funds to the market, and the market streams the funds back. So the funds are always in your wallet. So how does it work? So the first thing it does, users open streams to Superboring, right? So let's assume this is a USDC, and you're trying to buy Ether. So users open streams, and the exchange aggregates all the streams into a single flow rate. The next thing it does is it checks the price. So you take the price on Uniswap, and in order to get the average price, we just need to check it now and in the future. And the price between that is just a simple operation. So it takes the price, it stores it, and then basically it puts the USDC on sale. So this is the trickiest part to understand, but basically at every single price point, it will take the funds you stream to the exchange, and it will put it on sale at the current price. And this means at any given point, you can go to Superboring, and there is some USDC on sale, right? And this is important because the USDC is on sale. This means that Superboring is making the market for USDC ETH rather than taking the market. So when you take the market, you're always taking someone else's price. With Superboring, you're setting the price. And this means that there's no slippage. The slippage, all the risks are taken by whoever takes the USDC from the exchange. So why would anyone take the other side? Well, if you think of an average price, over time, it's going to deviate from the spot price. So assume that, price is going down over time, and then it goes back up, right? The average price is going to lag behind the spot price, and that will create an opportunity for arbitrage. So at some point, the price offered by the exchange will be slightly worse than the price on the spot market. And this basically means any trader can come and take the other side of that trade. They'll execute the trade for us, and they'll make a small profit. Now, what we've observed is these profits are usually incredibly small, and this means that the market is executing very, very efficiently. Now, the other interesting thing is that these arbitrageurs are paying for all the gas to execute all the trades for Superboring. So as a trader using Superboring, you only make one transaction where you open your initial stream, and then after that, every single intermediate trade is paid for by the arbitrageurs. So you never pay any gas, You never have to think about it. And basically the ETH is distributed straight to your wallet without you doing anything. So as a trader, you get this really cool experience where you open a stream of USDC and then you just look at your wallet every day and you're accumulating ETH. And if you look at the average price, it's the average price. No surprises, no slippage, no MEV, no sandwich bots. So you're getting a very, very efficient execution. You're getting the average price. So are you winning? Well, you're not losing, right? So when you trade, you're playing a game. Most of the time you lose. Sometimes you win. If you use super boring, you're not winning, you're not losing, you're just getting a really, really boring trade execution. So you're buying the average price, it settles automatically, you don't pay any gas, but it is guaranteed, right? So you get the guaranteed average price, guaranteed by smart contracts, there's no surprises. It's really, really boring. But it also allows you to not FOMO and just know that you are buying whatever asset you wanted to buy at the best price. And that's something that no other exchange can guarantee because no other exchange uses the technologies we use. So go out and try it. It's a really cool piece of technology. Nobody's built anything quite like it before. So I'd love everybody to go and check it out. And by using super boring, you also earn boring tokens. So if you want your wallet to be more boring, you should go and use super boring. Thank you.